Hey everyone, welcome to week 4 of MOT 400. We got a lot to talk about today. This is a busy week, lots going on. So let's get right to it. This week, you've got a couple of major assignments that are happening and that are due. So let's take a look at your course and we can kind of go through it. All right, so this week, you guys have a journal club. It's the first journal club reflection. I did go ahead and add a couple of narrated videos in there to give you some context for the assignment, kind of explain why we're doing a journal club and how it relates to MOT 300, 400, and evidence-based practice as a whole. So if you signed up for Journal Club this week, or if your mentor arranged for you to do it, you will be responsible for leading your group of students in a discussion about one of the articles that you found. This is going to be a very valuable skill to learn. It will help you become evidence-based practitioners, and it's a tool that you can use in practice to maintain your NBCOT certification. You'll get PDUs for it. I mentioned that in the context. But in order to prepare for this, you do want to share your article prior to the meeting. It would be nice if all of your group members have access to the article that you are going to discuss and that they have read it ahead of time too. You don't want to waste time during your journal club all sitting there reading it and looking at each other on the screens and then discuss it. We're only allotting about 20 minutes for this. So in the live session this week, you will have 20 minutes to facilitate Journal Club. You will introduce your article. You will talk a little bit about the information that you gathered from it, very similar to what you did in MOT 300 in your CAP. You'll present a critical appraisal of that article. And then you have about 3 or 5 guiding questions that you're going to ask your colleagues about, whether you want clarification or you want to just have some dialogue about it. As the facilitator, you will write a reflection about your experience facilitating the group. What went right? What went wrong? Or not really wrong, maybe unexpected. How did it feel leading the group? Did you kind of have to pull teeth to get people to talk? I mean, I think it's really a valuable experience to be almost in our shoes when we're trying to get you guys to discuss things. That's what you're going to experience. And then if you were a participant, you will be doing a reflection on what it was like to participate in the club, in the journal article discussion, and answer the questions in the prompts for that reflection. So that is your apply and reflect for week 4. You also have feedback. You have a big assignment that is starting to be put together, and that is your annotated bibliography. You've got your first entry that needs to go in. So this is where you get to do entry 1. So you're going to annotate or basically summarize one of your articles and enter it. It also has to be done in a way that you share it with your peers, because your peers are going to also provide feedback on your annotation. The rationale for the peer feedback is that all of these annotations are eventually going to be synthesized into one lit review that is a group project. So it's important that everybody is sharing feedback about all of the articles, and eventually all of your individual annotated bibliographies will come together into one. And from that, you will build a synthesized lit review. So that's the reason why there is that peer review aspect to it. We will go over what an annotated bibliography is during the live session. I believe I also have some references in here for you in terms of annotated bibliographies. And if not, I will definitely go ahead and add those in. Yeah, it looks like I have to put it into the research section, so I will. I'll be adding a little presentation on what an annotated bibliography is and what it looks like. If you want to research that further, you can go to Purdue OWL and look up annotated bibliography, because Purdue OWL gives a nice job sharing what an annotated bibliography is and what's expected. But we'll certainly review that, and I will actually put a little narrative right into the assignment as well, because I want to make sure everything is really clear for you. So that is what is due this week, your journal club reflection and your annotated bibliography. Now, that's not all, because I said it's an early busy week. It's time to start working on that IRB or research proposal. It's time to start working on the nuts and bolts of it. So in your live session, you will start to work on sampling and recruitment. So you're going to start to discuss who are going to be the participants in your study. Where are you going to get them from? What kind of inclusion criteria are you going to use? How are you going to exclude certain people to make sure that that you're getting the people that you want to study? So all that stuff you learned in 300 when you analyzed articles, you're now going to reverse engineer it. You're going to now decide who is the sample, how big, what is your inclusion criteria, what's your exclusion criteria, and important, where are you going to get them from? And you may even start to work a little bit on your recruitment flyer. So if you're going to have any kind of publication to disseminate through either posting it in, I don't know, actual physically posting the flyer, or if you're going to just post it digitally on social media, it needs to go into the IRB. It has to be approved by the committee. So all of that stuff will be discussed for the second half of your live. We hope that there'll be a guiding worksheet for you that your mentor will share. You'll fill out that worksheet, and that will just kind of help keep you on target. Again, this is just the first small part of your research proposal, and each week from this point on, you will be doing a piece of that research proposal, so that by week 9 or 10, you put it all together and you submit your completed project. We're trying to build it out slowly and in pieces so that it is just a much more manageable task. We don't want you waiting until the very end of the term to try to throw together a research proposal. So we're going to be giving you feedback. We're going to be walking you through this hand in hand. And basically, by the time you come to the end, most of your stuff will have been graded and vetted and will be ready to be put together. All right. So I hope that gives you a good overview of what you guys will be doing this week in MOT 400. If you have any questions, again, just feel free to send an email or text or ring. Ask your mentors, come to the live with questions. If you're not clear about something, we can't help you if you don't ask. All right. Thanks a lot. Have a great week.